Welcome to Just a Thought by Cathy. Okay, this morning, just a quick reminder, Rapid Eye Technology, Adventures in Wisdom, 7 Habits, some access bars. Who knows where things will show up from in my mind. Last time we talked about the conscious and the subconscious, the pilot and the autopilot, and how we recognize if we're operating from a place of pilot or autopilot. It's important because when we're in our place of autopilot, we're actually driven by some pretty particular things. The things that we're driven by are, look at this, I'm trying to save some paper so that I play fairly in the COVID situation. Our patterns are driven by supportive and limiting beliefs. Now they seem pretty straightforward. It's supportive or it's limiting. But sometimes we lose track of what belief system we're operating from. Who's actually flying the plane? Is it the autopilot, and are we working from a supportive point or a limiting point? Who's flying your plane? Supportive helps us to feel light. It supports us in our goals. It makes us feel good about who we are. It builds our self-value, our self-worth. Limiting beliefs stop us from reaching our goals. They tell us we don't have the ability to do that. We can't possibly make it. Limiting beliefs hold us back, and they don't make us feel good about who we are or what we're doing in our lives. We want supportive beliefs in our autopilot program. You and I each have the ability to make that choice. And we can recognize very quickly whether we're in a supportive or a limiting belief system. And then we have the option to choose it, to change it, to bring more to support it. When it's a supportive belief, we want to bring more supportive beliefs to say, you bet I can do this. At the time that we're in right now, it's easy to be in the limiting belief system. I can't get everything that I need at the grocery store. They don't have yeast. I can't get out of my house. I can't connect with the people that I want to connect with. I can't. I'm afraid. I am not set up to be the teacher of my children. I don't have the skill sets to move through this time. We can tell ourselves all the things that our subconscious autopilot in limiting mindset keeps us in a box and keeps us afraid. We can instead move to supportive. You know what? I wasn't set up to be a teacher of my children, but I'm learning every day different ways to connect with my children, different ways to spark their interest, different ways to encourage them, to maybe even learn some of the things that they struggle with and create an opportunity to have a conversation, to connect. So what if I can't get some of the things that I want at the store? I know how to adapt. They'll be back. I can easily move through this because I have the skills that help me to do that. I know that tomorrow morning when I wake up, that I can wake up with the thought process, yes, today I'm going to find out what new opportunities exist around me. How I might reach out to someone via Skype, email, text, Zoom, to say, hey, I care about you. I sure love you. And I'm thinking about you every day. We don't have to connect in person to create a connection, but we have to think from our supportive autopilot belief systems. We have to think we have the capability. Nelson Mandela was in a prison. And while there's a lot of backstory and a lot of going forward story, I just want to focus on the fact that he did not allow the walls of the prison to stop him from thinking about ways to go forward, how he might make a difference when he's out of the prison, and that he had something to offer. We're in a COVID prison right now. We can make the choice to think about the things that we have to offer that can benefit ourselves, our families, and those around us. We can think about the opportunities to learn, to read, to study, to pray, if that's our belief system. We can learn about the things that we are each gifted with that could help someone else. And we can think about what happens when this social distancing, when this lockdown ends. How do I move forward? What might be different in my life? What might be better? Might I have a better relationship with my spouse or my children? Might I appreciate the kids' teachers? The opportunities that I recognize now to be able to go to the store and buy what I want off the shelf. I can look for those things. I can plan for when those work again. Nelson Mandela said, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who never feels afraid, but he who conquers that fear." When we move into a supportive belief system, when our autopilot is working from a place of how do I make this better? How do I bring more? How do my gifts and talents bless the lives of myself, my family, and others? Then we move forward. Limiting belief keeps us parked at the airport, in the hangar, afraid to come out. Let's conquer those fears. Let's move to supportive beliefs. Let's make a difference in the lives of those around us. I love ya. Have a great day.